No cheat meals. I'm not cheating. Why would I cheat on myself? You would be offended if your boyfriend cheated on you or girlfriend. Why would you cheat on yourself? Why would you cheat on the physique that you desire? So I think we're done. I can barely carry it, so nothing more fits. I also want to like make sure I raise my hand and say, quitting drinking was not voluntary. Getting healthy was not voluntary. These were all healthy reflections on the fact that my body was like, you got to figure this out. Like, you got to make some changes because I was going in a wrong direction quickly. And getting healthy and honoring and respecting myself was the only way to heal. So isn't that funny? So let's go to the grocery store. Okay, so this is one of my biggest hacks. These babies here, you can also get like the low sodium. I know people are worried about the salt, but personally I feel like we all need salt, so I'm not afraid. My go-to is this flavor, but I have been enjoying this turmeric one, but I think today I'm gonna try mushroom. Okay, I used to think brown rice was the best noodle for gluten-free, but I recently watched a podcast that said that white rice is actually better for you than brown rice. Me and chickpeas, we have a love-hate relationship, so that's a no for me. And I also am not a big fan of corn, like in general, but maybe we try this one because it's got the brown rice. I'd love to hear your comments because I can't have regular gluten except in Italy, where they use durum wheat. Let's see, there's some more down here. Maybe this one. What's in here? Brown rice and quinoa, but it's got corn still. Maybe we try it. Okay, so I do this where I like to try to carry everything and not get a cart, but I'm gonna go get a cart. Okay, cool. Okay, so changing directions, not getting that one. This lovely gentleman here just gave a endorsement on these two, which don't have corn, which I was kind of eyeballing, but was being chicken about, so corn-free, we love it. I don't usually go into this aisle area. I don't believe in eating boxed pre-made meals, even at Whole Foods. Like, if you have these in your house, you're gonna eat them. Don't put them in your house. But what I will get, my secret pack. I can't believe how cheap this is. Okay, another favorite for me is these pistachios. I don't do roasted. I get it with the shells because it slows me down from eating, because if I were to eat that, I'd eat the whole bag and that's so much fat, so be careful. They also have different flavors, but I'm not into the flavors. Remember, I'm only doing like a basic, not a full, because I can't carry it all. Okay, this is my favorite cheese. I don't do cow cheese, I do goat cheese. You can see at the grocery store they have these little, like, what animal it is. And then I recently learned that olives are really good at suppressing your appetite, so I will get some of these. Like, this is my favorite milk brand. I already have some home, so I'm not gonna buy more. This is my favorite brand. So many eggs now. I don't eat any of that. Yuck. Excuse me, can I get some service here?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, welcome.
I'm gonna make you YouTube famous.
There we go.
Yeah,
You're gonna be kebabbing over here.
Oh man, I love this for you.
How you doing, Lisa?
I'm good. I'm here for some filet.
Filet?
Yeah.
Correct time and day.
All right. Wow, look at all that prime meats.
Which one tickles your fancy?
You know, I'm pretty hungry, so maybe that one on the top in the front. I don't know. Whatever one is the best one.
Peaches cottage sauce.
You knew I was coming.
Great minds take your life.
Thanks for cutting a big piece for me.
Yeah.
Say again?
You need them open?
I mean, if you're willing to do that. I did learn how to shuck, though.
Which one? You can
like right away and then I'll open them. If you're eating them later, then...
No, I'm gonna eat them as soon as I get home. I'm starving. Thank you. You're the man. Second place. Because of the Carlton. Yeah, it's a winning move. Oh, he's one of those. Okay. Oh, he's a break dancer. Yeah, it's hard to beat a break dancer. Okay, I lied. I said I never eat in this area. I got the edamame and I forgot I needed bread. So I am eating this one now. I used to get this one, but then a lot of the packages were like crumpled and it started to get really like gummy. So I really like this one. It's like you understand what every ingredient is, and I love that. So I'll make this with avocado toast. Oh man. Okay, welcome to my kitchen. So it is almost 4 o'clock on Friday. I've worked all day. I did a 4-hour haul for you guys this morning. Had some meetings in between. It's been a doozy of a day. I haven't really eaten anything worth showing you as a meal. But this is where I want to detail out to you what I recently learned in this book. I found this person when I was in Bali because I was looking at people with like Bali connections because I wanted to follow like where they were eating and going because I wanted to go to the same places. And I found Aggie, and I love her story. I love that she's an immigrant. I love that she's a boss babe. I love that she's, you know, doing her own thing with multiple companies and that she went after an industry that was male dominated. So we love to support her. So I didn't finish the book. She literally says, master this section and then come back for the rest. So I'm only halfway through. But what she explained that was life-changing for me, you have to eat your vegetables first. Wait 15 minutes for digestion to start so that your stomach and intestines get like fiber and more complex, challenging food to digest. Then add your protein and fats, you know, so like meat with a piece of cheese. That's what I like to do, or eggs with cheese or eggs with avocado. And then wait another 15 minutes because that's what your body loves as fuel. And then 15 minutes after that, I mean, she goes into great detail, way more than what I'm explaining right now. And I can do a book review on this book if you want. Let me know in the comment section below. Then you have your carbs. It's challenging to do if you eat out a lot. I hear that. And she understands that. Do it when you can. But I have found my digestion skyrocketing, my abs popping because I'm eating more fiber. I'm filling myself up with more nutrient dense foods. So before I get into what I bought, practice what I preach, and I want to have my vegetables because that means in 15 minutes I can eat the rest of my food. So I can't find the scissors because they're in the bed because I made a haul, and I'm literally gonna just eat a handful of carrots. Something else I started doing recently, I chew it so, I'll just, hold up. I chew my food now to the point where it's literally running down my throat. Like I don't have to swallow big pieces anymore. Doing that is really hard on your body. It's really hard for your body to break down that much at once. So you really, it's best if you, I'm just putting my handful. So I'm literally just taking a handful and then I'm gonna store this in a bowl of water in the fridge. And then when I'm gonna start breakfast, I grab a handful and I eat them really quick and then I make my eggs with avocado. Does this make sense? So, let me unpack all this while I chew my carrots. Okay, so I have the oysters in my sink. I'm gonna eat those. I just finished my carrots, so I'm gonna wait 15 minutes while I put this away. Today's Friday, I'm leaving town Sunday night. So I'm only here for 2 days. I don't shop usually for more than 2 to 3 days because I don't know where my life is going to go. I don't know how work's going to go. I don't know what I'm going to be feeling like, and I don't like to waste food. I used to live above a grocery store, so I would literally buy food as I needed it, and my refrigerator would be empty. So when you look at my kitchen, you're going to be like, you have no food. But that's because I'm just so used to not buying groceries in advance. So we've got my fridge. So this is what I was looking for in the grocery store, more of this. I only have one more serving, but that's okay because we have one plus the one I got. So that's today and tomorrow we're done, or tomorrow and Sunday we're done. Edamame, we are going to cook up the frozen that I got, and this is one serving of like 19 grams of protein. So when you are in a pinch and you need food, this is an amazing snack to grab. We've got that milk. It's almost full, so that's why I didn't get more. I thought I needed more pomegranates, but then I remembered I had some. We're going to have that with our probiotic. This one's almost empty, so I have a backup. There was egg shortage for a really long time, so I was buying hard-boiled, but when I went 2 days ago, they had eggs. So I've got these eggs. What's going to happen today is I have a meeting at 5:30, so I have to leave here at 5. So I have 1 hour. I have my carrots. I'm going to have, as a snack, I'm going to have my oysters. And then we're going to walk, and we're going to go get some gluten-free birthday cake for me, and we're going to go sit on the river, and we're going to eat cake. Because initially we were going to do this like whole amazing party for me, and I canceled that this morning, and we were just going to go get dinner, and I'm canceling that because I'm pooped. And I also have so much to do. Like, I have to fix this house. Like, there's like clothes from the hall everywhere, and I have to film the packing that I have to do. So I just have too much to do. See what I do for you guys? Do you see what I do for? I am not going to do my birthday dinner so that I can film these. That's how much I love you guys, okay? I mean, this is not a joke, like, I'm being serious. So I'm gonna put these flowers in a vase while I'm waiting. I'm gonna put all this away. I will show you my cupboard. I don't have much food, like I said. So, oops, I already had some major pistachios, but I'm gonna bring these apples and this whole bag of pistachios and a bunch of these protein bars and maybe some oatmeal with me on my trip, because sometimes you don't have access to like clean, healthy snacks. So you bring them with you, okay? There's no excuse. There's no excuse why you can't eat healthy, because you have it with you. Eat healthy, right? Like, you can choose to have the apple instead of getting something at some whatever cheap crappy place. Again, I know when you go on vacation, you want to try different food. I'm not saying this. I've been to this place. I used to like live there for like a year. I would go back and forth. There's so many new restaurants that I have to try. So I may not eat all of these snacks, but I love that I have them. I love that I have clean options. I love that if I finish dinner and it's only 7 and I go home and it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm hungry, this is my snack. I know I have a healthy snack. Or if I'm craving some bread or something carby, I'll have this. I'll have a sweet. So there's no excuse. Like, literally, when I went to Peru, like South America, I brought snacks. When I went to Italy, I brought snacks. Being gluten-free has trained me that I have to bring my own food places because not everyone's going to have food for me. So I have to be prepared. So it just became normal for me. I really hate the lighting in this place. Truly. I know. I'm only going to be here 48 hours and I bought myself flowers. Yes. Yes. And I bought myself purple flowers because growing up as a little girl, purple was my favorite color. Yes, pink is now. But I was feeling nostalgic. I was feeling like my younger self. And I wanted to honor her. She wanted the purple roses. So here we are. I'm like literally just gonna slurp oysters here. Hey, this is real life. This doesn't have to be beautiful. See what I mean? This is so messy. So I was supposed to eat this earlier as a protein and I forgot. From what I understand, every Whole Foods does $1 oysters. You just have to buy 12. And I don't really know much about oysters to know which ones are like the best. So I just had him pick out these for me. Oh, food. So good. Do you eat oysters? Would oysters be something that you would buy and like eat over your sink like me? Okay. Those are the Rappahannock. Those are farm raised, I just realized reading the sticker. They're all farm raised, apparently. I had no idea. Okay. Those were okay. I didn't love them. I think I'm just gonna end up having a piece of cheese. Those are the old salts. Those I knew I loved. Those I knew I loved. So I've done this maybe like 6 Fridays. And 2 of the Fridays, I have found pearl crabs, I think they're called. Which are these tiny crabs that like invade the oyster and live in it and like suck its nutrients. But you're supposed to eat the crab because it's been like marinating in the sea and it's got all the nutrients from the oyster. So it's like a delicacy and you're just supposed to like eat it. And I've done that. And one time there was 2. I had 2 in my batch. So we'll see if I find any today. I literally feel like a different person than I was 10 minutes ago. My body feels regulated. It's calmer. I feel softer. I feel quieter. This is not how I normally would like want to show you a meal, but this is called desperation in real life. That's what this is. It's just what it is. When I used to eat fast food, I would get a meal and no drink. And people would be like, what's your drink? And I'm like, I don't need a drink. I don't want a drink. I'm like, that's weird. How are you gonna wash it down? I'm like, saliva? Okay, we made it for the birthday cake. Miss Maya and the amazing Chicago. Yay! Currently in my robe, eating my carrots, waiting for the Chicago River to be dyed green. It's supposed to be at 10, it's 10:02. Okay, it's 15 minutes later. The boat is barely moving. I took a video. It was the most undramatic. Like, I remember during COVID when they canceled it, and then I was sitting at home and I could see it, and they were like, psh, they're flying down, like spraying it so fast, and now they're moving at like a tortoise speed. And I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat my half avocado and 2 eggs now. And then in 15 minutes, when I get to my coffee shop via bike, I'll be able to immediately have my latte. So I'm very excited. I use butter, and I use a lot of it. I'm not afraid of healthy fats. I eat 1 to 2 avocados a day. And I don't necessarily scramble in like a bowl. I'm gonna try something I saw online where you scramble and you put your cottage cheese in before, but they didn't have any cottage cheese at Whole Foods last night, so we can't make that. I mean, we have some, but I'd rather save that for my meal later. So, and then I learned a hack that you're not supposed to add your salt until you're like basically done with your eggs, because if you cook it, and that you could cook the salt off. So, and I use a Celtic sea salt, especially first thing in the morning. I actually sometimes put this under my tongue because we are so salt deprived. So, of the good kind of salt, to clarify. I mashed all the avo up. Okay, I'm home in the comfort and safety of my home. Here's an update on the river. It is green. Wow. This is what people fly all over the world to see here. So you have a sneak peek. You have a front row free view. Did you see those crowds? Like, what is happening? But that's how it is here. And it's also like 60 degrees. So you're not supposed to eat a little bit all day long or nibble or sip something carb all day long. I'm breaking my own rule right now, but I wanted to explain that to you, that that's noted in the book. I do think that that makes sense. It's like we're spiking our blood sugar all day long with giving our body something to digest, and the body's like constantly working to keep up. So if you can, don't guzzle your latte, but don't savor it like I did. Like sometimes I'll get it at 8 a.m. and I'll finish it like 1 or 2 because I'll just be like sipping. But it's sweet like a donut. So like you're eating bites of donuts all day. Does this make sense? Do you see what we're doing to our body and our blood sugar and like our insulin levels and our hormones by the behaviors that we've kind of picked up? So I'm trying to break that habit, doing my best. I'm a human. And so I'm going to finish that right like as soon as I can in the next few minutes while I'm working. I am hungry again. It is, there's a clock right there. It's 12:20. I'm probably gonna make my avocado protein toast for you because I'm dreaming of it. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. So I'm gonna do some work and then I'll show you that. This is where all the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. Well, besides the bedroom, which is right here. This is where I do all of my own editing. Yes, please don't make fun of my editing because it's self-taught. But yeah, so I'm gonna see. I was walking and I find it challenging to drink and walk at the same time. I can chew gum and walk at the same time, but drinking, especially through one of the, I'm gonna make one of my favorites meals right now. Like I'm gonna time it. I'll let you know how long it took me. And it's gonna be salty, sweet, creamy, crunchy, satisfy every one of your taste bud senses. Okay, so you want 2 pieces of bread. Again, I love this bread because I can understand what everything is in it. Sounds healthy to me. And it's got 3 grams of protein, only 8 carbs, 7 grams of fat. So it's like keto paleo. I feel less guilt. All right, so I'm not trying to cause an of any means, but I definitely weigh my food. So this is way big. So I'm gonna use the lid of my cottage cheese and I'm gonna turn it on. And 1 serving is 110 grams, which is 14 grams of protein. So with the bread, we're, what was that? 3 plus, we're at 17 grams of protein. So we want 110 grams. So we've already got it set on grams. It's almost the bottom, that's why I'm using the top, because normally I would have gotten like a smaller bowl or something. Okay, so we're a little over, but let's finish her up here. Perfect. And then we're gonna need some avocado, some everything bagel, and some honey. Oh, we've got it nice and toasty here. That's hot. I do my cottage cheese on the bottom. I'm just gonna separate that out. The seasoning. If you've never had everything bagel seasoning, I had never heard of it, but I'm obsessed with it. It's such a yummy, salty flavoring. So I'm not a cutter, I'm just a squeezer. See how lazy I am, guys? so lazy. And then we take a little drizzle here. Okay, first things first. I'm gonna eat my handful of carrots. Like literally I went into the bowl, grabbed a handful and put it in a paper towel because your girl's lazy, okay? I'm busy. Wow, there are like thousands of people walking around right now. This is probably one of the most like people I've ever seen in Chicago. Enjoy. Okay, story time. Everyone gather around. I, in 2021, got the V. I gained 35 pounds in 3 weeks, and it was told to me that by my endocrinologist that my thyroid was not working. I was pre-diabetic and premenopausal. Sorry, the struggle is real right now. What I came on to say, and what this video is about, is the connection between gut health, mental health, thyroid health, all that stuff, because that was when I was drinking my feelings about my mom's passing and not really processing that I didn't say to her, hey, you were mean to me, ever, while I was growing up. And I was processing it in the lack of her. Some fun fact that you may not know is when you lose a parent, it is a mind-blowingly bananas experience that no one prepares you for, and it immediately shifts your consciousness in a different place. Immediately. Especially, I would guess, with a mom, because they birth you. Like you come from them. And I was getting like really exhausted. I was guzzling coffee and I'd never had coffee in my life until 2020. So I just, you know, my adrenals, my cortisol, all that stuff. So I finally on January of 2023 started taking medication. I started some medication in 2022 that helped. 2023 I took some different medication. Then I met with a healer and we discussed how to heal me with, you know, food and diet and cutting out all the bad in my life. And I did. I had cut out alcohol and sugar and all that stuff. I had changed my diet. And it's true, in January 2024, I quit taking all prescriptions. And January 2025, I was in Bali and I started to feel I started to feel low battery. And I just thought I was exhausted from traveling and like all the changes. And honestly, still to this like literal minute, I was just thinking it was my trip. And the more I'm reflecting on it today, I've been feeling like really low energy and really burnt for 2 months now. And then I just got a feeling last week that something was off, and I forgot that I had asked to do blood work and there was an order in. So I ran to the, it's hard for me to focus right now. I ran to the doctor to get the blood work in. I think it was Tuesday, and Wednesday my results came in. I didn't really look at them. And then Thursday I looked and my doctor's like, "Are you okay?" Because my TSH is supposed to be from 0.5 to 5 and mine's like 8. And then I reflected and I was like, well, my hands have been purple lately. I've been shivering. I've been running the heat at like 78 degrees. I don't think that's normal. So I started levothyroxine again today, and obviously it doesn't kick in immediately. So I am like trying to do computer work, and my brain, like I literally feel like my eyes are crossed and I'm trying to read and understand hieroglyphics. Like I feel like I'm trying to process hieroglyphics. Like I just sat for 1 hour and I'm exhausted. I literally want to take a nap. I think I'm done for the day. It's 4 o'clock. I have a list of 3 or 4 more things that I need to get done today, but I'm not going to be mean to myself. I'm not going to push myself. I'm also finding that I'm craving and thinking about sugar because I'm not feeling well right now and I'm feeling really low energy. So my body is telling me that I need sugar, but I don't need sugar. What I need is protein. I need iron. I need, So I'm going to like veg here on the couch for a little bit and honor my body and listen to myself and just kind of sit. But I definitely, again, I don't know what I was just going to say. I definitely am feeling the effects, and I'm just a work in progress. I was so happy, and I've talked in other videos about how I got off medication, and I spent a year not taking anything, but I'm not afraid to get back on and get regulated and retest and see what else I can do, because your girl is feeling, and we can't have this. No, our birthday is like 36 hours away. No way. So I'm gonna go like lay down in bed or lay here and watch a movie and relax for a little bit, and then I will show you my dinner, which will be very basic because I'm a basic girl when it comes to food. To me, food is nutrition. That's gonna break your heart. I'm sure you're like, food is life, Lisa. Like I love all the sauces and I want to like, if you, that's, you do you. There is no judgment on this channel, and I love that for you. And trust, I have moments where I miss eating like that, but I have just become so particular about what I put in my body, how I take care of my body, what I feed my body. I had an interesting chat with my girlfriend yesterday when we were having cake. First of all, it was really weird to eat cake like that because I don't really eat those kinds of foods. And like, I felt like this is my birthday and I should eat it. But I was also like, why am I eating this? This has no add value. And she made a comment. Sometimes it's really nice. Like it's great to have like a little treat. And I was like, I'm gonna not agree. I'm gonna pause you right there and say, no, I don't agree, because there's no add value. That's like in the 70s saying like, oh, cigarettes are good for you. Yeah, you should, yeah. That's what the doctor says. They're good for you. Or, nowadays with alcohol, like, oh, alcohol is good for you. We've got science that says alcohol is bad for you. Drinking, smoking is bad for you. We now know sugar is very bad for us. So if we figured out cigarettes are bad and we've canceled that, if we figured out alcohol is bad and we're starting to cancel that, and I canceled that, and we now know sugar is bad, I no longer accept the idea that sugar is a treat that I deserve. I don't have that mindset anymore. I love waking up and feeling lean, light, comfortable, wearing everything and anything that I want, seeing abs, feeling my body like in a light way, being connected to her, feeding her nutrition, feeding her quality. Again, I would love for you to eat whatever you'd like. And there may be a phase in my life where I go back to sugar and I do it in small quantities. But the more I think about it now, why do we have to socially accept that eating sugar every day is a treat? We've earned it. No, I'm canceling this. Earned what? To poison ourselves? Because the marketing people told you that it's nice to have a treat and it's like so savory, and they have the woman unwrap the Dove candy and they put it in their mouth and they're like, they're making all the faces and the sounds. They're telling you that because they want you to buy their product. This is not an add value commercial. There's no marketing campaign where someone is thinking about your best interest. I hate to tell you that. Maybe you forgot what advertising marketing 101 is, but they want you to buy their products. So if you're feeling low energy or you're having hair falling out or whatever, Google what foods to eat that have nutritional value to help correct that and add those into your diet. Replace the garbage that you're eating with fast food. If you are still eating fast food more than like a few times a month, can we talk? We need to talk, please. Your body deserves more. You deserve more. Plus, I'm going to guess you would love to be a weight that you were once in your life. You would love to be a size 8 or a 10. You would love to get back into your skinny jeans. And you're self-sabotaging yourself by having a cheat meal. You're self-sabotaging yourself by having sugar. And trust, I get the mental landscape of it screaming at you that you need it. And you know what that is? That's called candida. And you need to heal that. That's a literal parasite in your body that has hijacked you. Okay? And if you need to go to an endocrinologist and get medication to help you with this, to get the ball rolling, I support this. But I'm going to guess that you need breath work and hypnosis and healing, and that you have residual emotions that you haven't resolved and worked through from your childhood that are making you feel bad about yourself. So you're self-sabotaging your success and your self-image in a way, just a thought. But when you get into their mindset and you start the hypnosis process and you dig down deep into the subconscious mind and you ask, why are you doing this to yourself? A lot of times it's protection. You know, if I get to that weight, people could start paying attention to me, and that's scary. If I get to that certain weight, men or women might be attracted to me, and that could be overwhelming. And like I could have that trauma happen again. Everything is connected. How you do everything in your everyday life is all connected to here. So even though this channel is more about fashion and what I'm eating, whatever, all of this stuff is wrapped up together. I wouldn't be comfortable doing hauls and trying on different outfits that were, you know, low cut or skin tight or short if I wasn't happy with my body. 2 years ago, I was 50 pounds heavier. 50 pounds heavier. I was like basically diabetic and having insulin issues. So I would water fast and I would gain weight. I would not eat food for 2 to 3 days and gain weight because my body hormones were off. So, you know, we can do, how about comment below if you'd like me to make a hypnosis for weight loss and add it to the channel. Comment below if you want a meditation or hypnosis for weight loss below. Because it's real. What you are thinking about yourself is what is creating your environment. And now that I've healed my relationship to food, I don't have the same thoughts about food. It's my birthday. I'm not thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm going to have like pizza and a cheeseburger and this cheesecake I like and like all these foods. I'm not thinking that way. I'm thinking what's going to give me nutrient and what experience do I want on my birthday? How do I want to feel emotionally on my birthday? What do I want to productively achieve on my birthday? What do I want to set the intention for my birthday? What do I want to call in and manifest for this 42 era, this 42nd era, right? These are the things. This is how I want you to like restructure it. Do you see the difference? It's not about treating yourself by consuming. It's about reevaluating where you want to mentally and spiritually and physically get yourself to, because you're controlling your environment. You are operating your software system. It's time for an upgrade, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my TED Talk. My name is Lisa Petrick. Okay, just had a little nappy. It's about 6 o'clock. The city is still a hustling and a bustling. So I'm gonna cook dinner. You ready? Okay, I know people are gonna laugh because I use a George Foreman. Haha, it's not a real grill, whatever. It cooks in my tiny little apartment. I use real butter. Here it is. I'm gonna salt it up, cut it in half because I like it to be rare. So when it's this thick, it's hard to cook it all the way through and not be grossed out. So I'm gonna start the edamame first. So what I do is, this is 3 servings and it's so much protein, 11 grams. So I'll cook this whole bag and then I'll put it in these little mini size things. I keep these in the freezer. I may take this steak and these avocados and pop them in here. I know I'm not eating fat and protein separately. I'm adding in a carb. It's so confusing. Again, do what you can. Maybe have just the steak and avocado, and then 15 minutes later, have a taco. Does that make sense? So for the last 15 minutes, I've been cleaning, waiting for the water to boil, and the flame wasn't on. I'm telling you guys, like, this, I should not be operating heavy equipment right now. It's, struggle is real. The grill's ready, so I'm gonna start the steak because I'm hungry. You guys, good morning. I finally cleaned my house. Currently editing my next haul that I filmed. Look what happened. I went and got blood for my thyroid and she stuck me. So if you see that in any of my footage in Palm Beach, I'm not taking anything. I'm just so blonde. I'm just not adjusted to this. So thank you for watching what I eat in a day. That wasn't really a day. That was like the end of one day, a full day into the beginning of the next day. I'm very boring when it comes to food because to me, food is nutrition. And if I want to maintain a physique at 42, your girl got to be snatched. And that takes, you know, a plan, like no sugar, no booze, no cheat meals. I'm not cheating. Why would I cheat on myself? You would be offended if your boyfriend cheated on you or girlfriend. Why would you cheat on yourself? Why would you cheat on the physique that you desire? Let that sink in. Let that marinate. Why are you cheating against your own vision, your own goal weight? Bye for now, my friends.